Do we want to do 3147, which I've just said I'll approve? That's the letter.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about, shadow forces controlling the government, that is sort of the theme.
We're kind of on brand for it just right about now.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't read it yet. Molly, did you want to be the one to read it?
I gave it a skim. It goes hard. It's
okay.
Yeah.
If it's too much, we can also choose not to.
I would say, since we were just talking about, theism and, women being excluded from historical organizations, it just might be a little heavy.
Okay.
What we're talking about, someone challenged us to read, I think chat should just Google it on their own time.
Oh, yeah.
The author of Animorphs wrote basically an open letter when the series wrapped up, kind of defending to her readers her choices and essentially saying it's a story about war. It's not going to end good. War doesn't end good. All these books have been about war.
I mean, that seems fair to me.
Yeah.
That is
and just
hard thing to put in a kids series.
Yeah.
Yeah. And kind of a hard thing to, make yucks about in a charity fundraiser, say. But the challenger did point out that this was written months before the war in Afghanistan started. Yeah.
There's definitely there's a lot of spoilers in here if you're planning on reading Animorphs, by the way.
Yeah.
You should have tagged that at the head of the stream.
Can I read a couple of highlights just though?
Yeah, please do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I think the whole thing's very long.
Yeah, dear Animorphs readers, quite a number of people seem to be annoyed by the final chapter in the Animorphs story. There are a lot of complaints that I did don't want to talk about because spoilers, right? There's no grand final fight to end all fights. There's no happy celebration. So they knew about that, and everyone is mad about the cliffhanger ending. So there's at least a spoiler. So I thought I'd respond. Animorphs was always a war story. Wars don't end happily, not ever. Often relationships that were central during war dissolve during peace. Some people who are brave and fearless in war are unable to handle peace, feel disconnected and confused. Other times people in war make the move to peace very easily. Always people die in wars, and always people are left shattered by the loss of loved ones. That's what happens, so that's what I wrote. And it goes on talking about some of the specific things. Here's what doesn't happen in war. There are no wondrous climactic battles that leave the good guys standing tall and the bad guys lying in the dirt. Life isn't a World Wrestling Federation smackdown. Yeah. Even the people who win a war who survive and come out the other side with the conviction that they have done something brave and necessary don't do a lot of celebrating. There's very little chanting of "We're number one" among people who've personally experienced war. There's more stuff. I'm not going to get into the rest of it. If you're mad at me, this is how it ends. If you're mad at me because that's what you have to take away from Animorphs, too bad. I couldn't have written it any other way and remained true to the respect I've always felt for Animorphs readers. Signed, K.A. Applegate.
Yeah, K.A. Applegate seems... I don't know. The language I want to use is not appropriate for the bus, right? But seems just very hardcore.
Yeah.
Really a bad bus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is, yeah. I am now more interested in reading Animorphs than I ever have been before.
Right?
Yeah.
And that little letter is what's doing it.
Yeah.
Not all of this
now
time
that you've gotten through
goofing on it.
Yeah, now that you've gotten through all the Dune books, if you're looking for a new series to pick up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Since I've read every Dune book.
Yeah, even the ones you're not supposed to.
Even
by the Sun.
Even the Sun books. Dune books. Yeah. Yep.
Not supposed to read those, but I know once you get started, sometimes you forget where the stop line is.
Yeah, totally. Just so engrossed in the world that I just zoomed right on through all of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Definitely.
I'm really enjoying the poetry of the Dune book that's being adapted into the movie with Sting and Kyle MacLachlan, right? It's the story of a young man who has to kind of assume his father's legacy and sort of figure out what it means going forward and sort of what his duty is. And I love the idea that Frank Herbert's son couldn't do that with his dad's work. It's really delicious.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone has linked it in chat yet, but we may link that K.A. Applegate letter in chat if it hasn't come through yet.
She goes hard.
Yeah.
was seeing some discussion in chat as well that K.A. Applegate may have a child who is trans and
Wow.
is very
yeah.
and is supportive of them. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's
Yeah,
worth
no,
looking
that-
into. I'm just
that- I
seeing it
corroborate
scroll
that.
by in the
Mhm.
discussion, so
Cool.
that's pretty awesome. If so, it is only appropriate that someone who wrote so many books about so many children transitioning would be supportive
Yeah.
of transition. It's a different kind of shift.
Yeah.
Just having wrapped their mind around the idea of how it would be to be in a different body.
And you can't
the
judge
one-
a child by
yeah.
what their body appears to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot there that
That's cool
I'm
as
like,
hell.
yeah, that makes sense.
I may skim and just watch the Nickelodeon series because it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I might watch the TV show.
Just suck up all the canon.
I mean, a good and a good time to kind of be, talking about this and pointing this out during the Trans Awareness Week,
Oh, hey.
November 13th to 19th.
So a couple more days to be aware,
Wow.
and then continue being aware after that.
Yeah, because the
Regular
20th,
awareness.
the 20th is the Transgender Day of Remembrance.
Mm.
But of course, because it's Trans Awareness Week's week right now, we can definitely all say trans rights.
Yep.
Trans rights.
Trans rights.
Yeah, trans
For
rights, the right to proper medical health, the right to, I don't know what all the things are, because I
Legal
do
recognition
read
and
a
protection.
lot of stuff, but I get confused by a bunch of things
Yeah.
as well, because it's just so much to read. But yeah,